Thank you. Give it up for our host, Julian. So, I was playing golf. It's one of my favorite things to play. I was playing golf with this one random guy, and he asked me, he goes, Rohan, what's your handicap? And I don't really know how to calculate that shit. So I Googled it, I did the math, and after my calculations, I found out that my handicap is autism. So I gotta say, I'm pretty honored to be performing here at Broadway Comedy Club. Pretty cool to perform at an actual comedy club. Just like many comics, we all perform at really, really shitty gigs. I'll give you an example. Recently, I performed stand-up comedy at a strip club. You know, it's pretty crazy because a strip club audience and a comedy audience are very different, and they have very different expectations. You know, it's acceptable for a stripper to make you laugh, but it would be really weird if my jokes gave you all boners. Right? But I gotta say, I'm jealous of the strippers, but I'm also like glad that I'm not one at the exact same time, because you know, creepy dudes hit on the strippers all the time. I really wish that a chick would come up to me after a comedy show and be like, Rohan, let me take you away from this. You know, or come with me so you don't have to do this anymore. That would be nice. So I'm gonna get this out the way. I'm Indian, and even though I'm Indian, I absolutely hate getting an Indian Uber driver. Anyone agree with me? No? It's okay, it doesn't make you racist. So I'll tell you why. They'll see my name is Rohan, and the Uber driver will be like, Rohan, do you speak any Hindi at all? And I'll say, well, I don't speak it very well, but I can understand it. Then that driver will give me a very perverted smile, and he will proceed to have phone sex with his wife. You know, it's really nasty. He's like, I'ma butter your naan, you know, stuff like that. So usually whenever this happens, I always give that Indian Uber drivers 4 stars. And one time, a driver called me up, and he's like, yo, why'd you give me 4 stars? And I was like, well, if you're gonna put me through that, at least let me see a picture of your wife. So I read this article, and it was by NJ.com. It was a list of the top seafood restaurants in New Jersey. I went to the #1 spot. It's a place called Blue Claw, and it's the #1 place in New Jersey to get crabs. You know, #2 on the list is my genitals. I'll do anything to get to #1. Very competitive. I'm a very competitive person. So I love watching basketball podcasts, or listening to basketball podcasts. I was listening to this one which had Richard Jefferson and Andre Iguodala, and they were discussing which one of them dunked on like the higher profile players, but they'd say which guy caught more bodies. They were having a debate about that. So they'd be like, one guy would be like, I got Yao Ming, I got Dikembe, I got Alonzo Mourning, you know, stuff like that. And I was just wondering, like, do serial killers have this debate at all? In hell, is you know, Charles Manson like, I got Sharon Stone? Is John Wayne Gacy like, I killed 30 people? Is Ted Bundy like, I got 80? And is Jeffrey Dahmer like, yeah, but did you eat them? Yeah. So I was having dinner with my parents, and it was on a Sunday. So I was like, shit, I have to go to work tomorrow. Then my dad looked at me and he goes, no, you get to go to work tomorrow. Life is all about perspective. Then later in the night, I watched a true crime documentary where the lead detective said that in order for police to catch sexual predators, the cops have to watch child pornography. And I was like, no, you get to watch. Perspective, right? Perspective. I love basketball. I love the NBA. One thing I love about it is that they do a great job of marketing all their stars. You know, you got MJ, LeBron, the faces of greatness. You got Steph Curry, the face of three-point shooting. And Magic Johnson, the face of positivity. You know, it's a contagious smile. So it's wedding season. Recently my coworker got married. He had a Game of Thrones themed wedding. You know, it was really cool. He had dragon decorations, goblets of wine, and sex with his sister. All right, I'm Rohan Masha.
Make a laugh for